Hey there, Adrienne Elise here. Welcome to the Gaia Daily for February 11th through 14th, 2022. Well, we have been in a big dip of energy. Have you been feeling it? Even saw it in the Schumann resonance, where it just kind of, the energy of the earth recorded through the Schumann resonance kind of flatlined. So if you can relate to that feeling, it's kind of like just going down and riding through this strange energetic shifts and changes. I think this has a lot to do with the fact that Mercury just having turned direct, then coming into the last couple of days exact conjunction with Pluto. And it's kind of like, oh, you thought you were getting somewhere, right? And it's like, oh, no, you don't. You got to deal with this big thing. And so it's bringing up feelings of the last years of frustration of not being able to move forward. And it's kind of like there's a deep kind of esoteric depression energy coming up with Jupiter so activated in Pisces, and this weekend we're going to have the moon in Cancer, so a lot of emotions, and it's kind of like coming up of this frustration and feeling like for supernova souls, all of this inside of you that hasn't been able to be expressed, this world not be able to receive who you are, instead of support for what you bring, it's more about like working against you at every turn. That's how reality's been. And maybe that's part of the emotions, because with Jupiter expanding into Pisces and bringing up the energies of the Piscean age, and we are feeling it. But on the other hand, forward motion, and it's almost like that flat line might be an energy of like a reset. So we can take, it's really crucial days here through this weekend and into next week. And the Leo full moon happens on the 16th. Where we can run with the energy, the new energies, because we know that creative energy is returning. We've got the year of the tiger. You can just feel that this energy is coming back, and to have a sense of that, and then to have this like standstill up against the wall, Mercury Pluto conjunction, just after he starts to get going. It's like, way to knock him when he's down. That's kind of how it feels energetically. But just around the corner, I mean, Mercury's going to keep moving, right? Mercury is it's all at this point of right after Mercury turns direct. It takes a while for Mercury to get going. And that's why this Pluto thing is kind of just like, oh, a standstill energy. But Mercury is moving, and that Mercury will move over into the sign back into Aquarius on the 14th for Valentine's Day. So that's going to be a big shift of energy on Monday. So we have kind of an emotional weekend, but we can really, it's really important to set our vibration to really run with this reset. And this has everything to do with what we've been talking about how to create in the new energies. With the South Node moving into Scorpio now, the South Node is what's holding us back from the past. And Scorpio is going into the shadows, not scared to go into the shadows, into the depth, it's kind of like, maybe this is where part of the frustration or the deep esoteric depression energy is coming from. It's this feeling of, like we talked about, not feeling supported in who you are in this world, and kind of that catching up to you, an exhaustion feeling of this constant fight to just exist as who you are in this world. Ooh, but that means you're doing it right. But that South Node in Scorpio is kind of like, all right, what is hidden in the shadowy darkness of the past that needs to get resolved for us to move forward? Now, with the North Node in Taurus, it's everything to do with wealth. So we're having a huge opportunity for a complete revaluation of everything that we thought was valuable. And this is kind of the energy. So when we look at this, like, okay, we've spiraled into this flatline place, and now we're going to start coming out of the spiral. We want to take that momentum and set our vibration. One of the messages that came through this morning for Supernova Souls is like, you have put your spiritual prayers, they have been established. They have been logged. It's kind of like, it's like that, the way what comes through Abraham and Esther Hicks. And it's like she talks about the being in alignment with what it is you want to create. And that's exactly the energy we're talking about here. And I think it has a lot to do with this Jupiter and Pisces energy, inviting us into a completely different relationship to time and creation and moving in the world. And so that has an energy of, but with this standstill and this flat line and this like up against the wall feeling, it's like we're retreating into the darkness. And from that place, feeling our way out. We just don't have a choice. We can't think our way out of it. We can't figure out how to get out of this trap. And I kind of saw a cool analogy of the Rubik's Cube. And the Rubik's Cube, of course, is all squares and it's matrix, right? And it's all got to fit in. But inside the Rubik's Cube is this full spiral action. And it's almost like this picture of retreating to that place. The place of darkness, the place of unknown, but the place in the center where you can maneuver in these different ways. And that's how we break out of the matrix of the Rubik's Cube. I don't know. But this is everything, it's like, as we have this change of direction, we have this new energy is going to be coming back, and we can establish, kind of run with it. Right? And vibrationally align. So this is the message. It's like your prayers have been logged. Your higher self, you have been visualizing and imagining for years, like trying to figure out what in the heck is wrong in this place and why are you here? So let those be logged, and now get into alignment, and feel your way out of the dark. And so that's kind of the energy, and be ready to set that vibration, that alignment with this new timeline energy, this new start that's coming in. So the moon in Cancer this weekend is going to be opposing all of these planets in Capricorn. We've got Mars in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn with Pluto, Vesta in Capricorn. So as the moon goes through Cancer this weekend, it's like opposing all of this. And so it's bringing up the emotions of the frustration that we've been feeling at our inability to figure out how to get out of the trap. And of course, that feeling, like I said, just know that these are very old energies that are coming up. And it's that, oh my gosh, I thought I was getting somewhere, and I'm right back where I was, 2 years ago. And this is part of the journey. And kind of, again, ego death opportunities, drop everything we thought we knew, the way we were going and all that. And again, feeling your way through the dark. So Mercury and Pluto will stay close together through the middle of the month, but the big shift on the 14th, on Monday, when Mercury moves into Aquarius. Now, that's also when the moon will move into Leo. Now, it's really interesting because we felt that surge of creation energy, that like very, undeniable shift with this energy of the year of the tiger. But then it's kind of like, wait, where'd it go? What's going on? Now we're back in the dark ages, But that fire, the tiger energy has a fire. It's a water tiger, but the tiger, kind of has a fire energy, a movement, action. And we don't have any fire going on right now, right? So this Leo full moon on Valentine's Day with Mercury moving over into Aquarius, that means completing his retrograde shadow coming up on the 24th. And so that will be a powerful energy shift. And we're starting to feel for Valentine's Day, Venus and Mars coming together. So this is an epic moment, astrological moment for these next 6 weeks, because we've got, or not 6 weeks, about 3-4 weeks. We've got this, but really leading up to the equinox in March. We've got this Venus-Mars conjunction. And it's very unique the way these planets are meeting. And it's only because Venus is still in retrograde shadow. It's moving at the same pace as Mars. It's quite amazing, because it's like Venus is like, wait a minute, what piece do I need? Remember, she had those Pluto conjunctions, and then she still got one more Pluto conjunction, but Mars will be with her. So Mars and Venus come together around the middle of Capricorn, and we're starting to feel that now. And they stay very close together, within a degree apart, for 3-4 weeks. And then Vesta comes into the mix. Vesta, the sacred fire, spiritual purpose, that fire inside of you that never went out. So as much as we feel at the standstill right now, we're just about to turn the corner into a whole new energy. And it's all about sacred work and true value. So Vesta and Venus and Mars coming together in Capricorn, and then they'll all come into a conjunction with Pluto together. It's like a great council. And that will happen at the very beginning of March. And so then Venus and Mars will move over into Aquarius together. And like I said, they'll stay close all the way up into the equinox. And so what is this saying to us? Venus, our feminine, our deepest vulnerabilities, our value system, what matters to us, what makes us feel good. And then Mars, our action, our masculine. And it's like this beautiful picture of like, okay, yeah, new timeline, new age, new energy. It's all about the perfect balance between the masculine and the feminine. It's all about, so escaping the matrix is about getting out of duality thinking, right? And so we're going from the bad marriage within of the masculine and the feminine, like, oh, you hurt me, and then I hurt you, and I manipulated you, and then you know, and all these games we've been playing out as we've come into male and female bodies throughout this incarnation. It's all within us, right? And then this is speaking to, hey, how about we come back together and work together in peace and harmony, And it's powerful because they start out in Capricorn. And, so much going on with it's almost like, it's like they're getting through the red tape feeling. And then that conjunction with Pluto, it's like a grand council, and Vesta's there being like, hey, this is what it's about. If we're not going to live from the place of sacred fire and purpose, then what is the effing point? Right? And that's that coming back to the year of the tiger energy of like your creative passion is your career, right? Don't stop messing around. That's the only thing that's going to work for you is full throttle, full expression. That's what you came here. That's what supernova is all about. And so it's a powerful, powerful energy of the feminine and the masculine coming together in that perfect balance to gain permission within themselves to exit the matrix, really, because that's duality thinking. And beginning to build this new world based on oneness. And it's an interesting energy because it's like we know we're still in form, but we're changing so much. We're changing our bodies. We're changing our earth into light. And it's kind of time we start acting like we're in a spiritual awakening. And the world is going to demand that of us. And so again, we're in this time of like, yeah, it's standstill, but you got to get aligned and prepare because you're not here to mess around anymore, right? Like you can't waste your time and energy anymore. This is huge because as we come into that, as we go into that dark center and we come into that oneness and we navigate from that place, then you're taking your energy back from where you have been feeding the matrix, right? The psychological brain, which I see as like a big brain out there. We think it's in our mind, but it's like a big cosmic brain or a big, created psychological programming, and we're all wired into it. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm going God mind, right? No, enough programming, enough bullshit, enough pretending that I'm not a spiritual being, And so this is a powerful energy. And like I said, the fire creation energy represented by fire is coming back, but we don't have any fire to feel it. So a powerful energy. So we have this Mars and Venus and beautiful conjunction with Vesta visiting Pluto, moving over into Aquarius together. And then leading right up to that spring equinox. And that's when the sun moves into Aries. So we're going to have the fire to back up the fire, right? And so this next month is about a complete recapitulation on every level of our lives based on this coming out of duality where we're feeding the monster and coming into that one truth of who we really are in the God mind. And this is a powerful message where it's like part of why we haven't been able to really come into our power or even face the fact that we have this intuitive power, supernova souls, is because we don't want it misused. That's the story. It was misused. It was used against us again and again. And now, like, they got us so stuck in this trap of feeling like we're, conditioned to be so small that we don't even know we have this power. But when we're not accessing it and we're not embracing it, then it's available. That's exactly what they want, for them to mine and feed on us, right? And so this energy of coming into that, receding into this place of the center is so powerful because it shows us where we are giving our energy away and letting it leak out. And we can only do that if we're not using, a really good way, if you're scared of your own power and potential and you don't know, it's like a hot potato, you don't know what to do with it. And yet your ascension energies are coming in and awakening's happening, So we've been programmed to give it away before we even know it's ours, right? We give it away because like, well, I can't handle that. I'm not capable. And it's like, this is part of what comes up in the intuitive training. We just started. If you feel called to check out the intuitive training, the only way to work with me directly right now. But a big part of the intuitive training is overcoming this fear programming and authority contracts of where we just agreed to separate ourselves from our power. And then say, oh yeah, no, you convinced me that, we were programmed through these trauma programs that we can't handle our power and it's not ours to have. And we need to have permission to access it. Like it's over there in some case. We got to have the key and we can visit with it for a little while. That's how we've been operating. It's like, who owns you, right? Because you are a powerful, advanced soul in a human body with direct access to God consciousness as a human. The most powerful energy in the universe, right? Especially when we come together. No wonder they want us 6 feet apart, And so, what comes into the training is kind of like, wait a minute, why would you have these intuitive abilities that you worked for many lifetimes and evolutions, right? Like it's in you, you have access to it. Why would it be there if you're not here to use it? Right. And it is a little tricky because it feels like supernova souls, in order to get to Earth karmically, we kind of had to agree not to remember who we were and come into our power, but it's time to break those contracts because there is no higher power save creation. You have direct access to creation. This is what they don't want us to know. And supernova soul, you are perfectly poised with your prior experiences before coming into Earth evolution to stand up and show the world what it means to take back your power and live and breathe in this vibrancy, in this authority, in this autonomy that you are the highest form of creation. simply because you're a human soul in a body. That's our birthright. Guess how we connect to source? We have this direct connection. We're a fractal of God. And that connection is manifest in our immune system, our vital force. No wonder it's under such attack. So how do we go up against it? We claim back our vitality. There is so much shit out there working against us on every level, electromagnetic, physical poisons, GMOs, fluoride, you name it. It's all designed to dumb us down and keep us from this one truth. But when we claim our vitality and work with these energies, like that's a whole energy idea with the intuitive training. It's like, hey, you got a whole magical system here that you didn't even know you had. So let's explore that, right? And it's a modern day mystery school. Come into to uncover the truth of who you really are and to feel confident to safely and effectively access this intuitive power. The intuitive training isn't about teaching you to be intuitive. It's about supporting you in feeling confident in fully accessing and using these powers that are yours. You worked for these. No one can take them from you. In fact, all they did to you in the Piscean age, if you've incarnated in those dark times, it only made your soul stronger. They cannot take this connection from you. You did not go back to sleep. You did not consent. Congratulations. You are going to play a very important and powerful role. You already are. You just don't know it. And so isn't it time to stand up for this true value, for this spiritual worth in the supernova soul? And that's everything the astrology is talking about, because this full moon that's happening on Wednesday in most of the world. The activation will be on Tuesday, the 15th, February 15th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And this full moon is happening in exactly 28 degrees Leo. And 2 and 8 makes 10, which is 1 in numerology. And 28 is at the very end of the sign, right? And so it's like a completion energy. It's like, hey, you guys, hey, don't forget about this piece, right? It's about expressing. Leo is about expressing that God light within us. Can't keep that shit inside anymore. It's not fair. It's not appropriate for this incredible gift that you carry, for it to stay tarnished and hidden and shamed. It's time to bring that light out into the world. And so 2 and 8, it's at the very end, a completion, but then we come back to the 1, right? So everything's pointing to a brand new start, brand new timeline, brand new age, brand new energy. Now, maybe that's important message for us, because brand new babies don't know what in the heck they're doing. They need a lot of love and care and support and warmth and good food and sleep and rest, and it's that way of feeling our way through the dark. We've just been born and we don't know what the parameters of this new world are yet. So we got to go to that place of the center, the darkness, the rebirth, and feel our way. And so the deal with this full moon, though, is that at 28 degrees Aquarius, the sun at 28 degrees Aquarius, the moon at 28 degrees Leo, that's making a grand cardinal cross with the nodes of the moon. At 27 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio. So this is a fixed grand cross, and it's powerful because it's like, wait, we're at the beginning, we're trying to move, and fixed energy is about establishing. It's about setting something in stone, right? It's about a foundational energy. And so it's a new start. It's about establishing a new start, a new energy. And so with this T-square, it's highlighting the nodes of the moon, and especially that north node in Taurus. And it's saying, all right, because the north node is about how we're going to move forward. And so it's coming back to this wealth. Now, when the north node this summer comes into a conjunction with Uranus, that's an electromagnetic vibrational energy of activation massive activation and forward motion, a revolution. Uranus is a planet of revolution and quick change. And so in Taurus, though, it's a fixed earth. So maybe this is part of the energy. We've been really stuck in this fucked up value system, and what's really happening in the world, there's an unavoidable shift, however it plays out, where humanity starts to value what's actually valuable, like spiritual wealth. And you are full of it. And so this is a very powerful energy because for this whole month, we're feeling a sweet energy of the planets are lining up again in a star pattern. And that always says, okay, this is about an activation. This is about taking it to the next level. Because when the star pattern shows itself in the astrology chart, it's about activating a higher level of consciousness. It's about the light body, about spiritual evolution. And so Jupiter is coming into a sextile with Uranus. Very powerful at 11 degrees. Chiron is at 10 degrees. And then we've got Uranus, Jupiter at 11 degrees. And so there's this lining up in the stars. And so one of the sextiles that's made from this is Jupiter in Pisces in sextile to Uranus in Taurus. And this is exact just after the full moon. So this is powerful because we've got Valentine's Day, Venus and Mars coming together, Mercury moving into Aquarius, the full moon in Leo, and then moving into this energy of Jupiter sextile Uranus. So Uranus is that wealth revolution, Jupiter in Pisces, and expanding our spiritual awareness and our spiritual energies, right? So it's an activation of spiritual wealth, true value. It's invisible, right? The energetic work we do is invisible, and it's had no value in this 3D matrix world. And so the whole flip into the Aquarian age, the whole new timeline, vibration, energy is all about this radical change in what matters, right? And I think most of humanity, if you really went into this, into Middle America and really talked, it's like we have retained, and there is a value system and there is a revolution of purpose and meaning coming back, right? Because then we've got this Vesta, Venus, Mars, Pluto, right? It's meaning and purpose. Spiritual purpose is our value. Taking care of each other is our value. Energetic work, all of those energies that support life, that's what brings the most value. So that true value is spiritual value, right? And of course, spiritual value has no value in a 3D matrix world. And that's how they've tried to keep us for so long. And now the stars, we're busting out. We're busting out. This astrology says, yeah, nope. It's not a choice anymore to stay in the matrix reality. You got to pick a lane. And I'm kind of seeing this picture of like this, a seed pod being squeezed and then the seed just popping out, right? And that's kind of where we're at. And so I'm so glad we're here together, Supernova Souls, and I hope you can consider joining for that full moon in Leo activation. Powerful to bring the fire. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day with Mercury making that shift back to Aquarius and Venus and Mars together and the moon in Leo and that full moon, very beautiful energies. And it's just bringing us into a cascade of energy. So know that message of kind of like your creation, your ideas, your energies, they've been logged. Now it's time to just vibrate and roll with it and flow with it and feel into it. We have so much water and earth, and that's that powerful, like Uranus and Taurus, sextile Jupiter in Pisces. And so and then all the Capricorn energies, it's about feeling and sensing and, moving with the energies. So we're in the rebirth, we're in the dark, we're feeling our way, but we can feel that life force, that quickening about to return. And we want to be vibrationally in alignment so that we can run with that new energy. So I hope to see you at that Leo full moon activation. on Tuesday, the 15th at 6 p.m. in Mountain Time. And also, so I hope to see you there. The information to sign up is below. Think about that intuitive training. We've just done one class. You can catch up if you want to. And I'll see you then or on the next update. Thank you so much, Supernova Souls, for being with me, for your support. I look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.